Hello. Coming to you from Los Angeles, California. January 8th, 2026. Let's get into it. Few things on my mind today as I listen to the things that are happening around the world and in our country. Excuse me. With our government and just things that I know from experience. From experience. Now, we all know that we went over there, and I shouldn't say we, the government went over there and captured the president of Venezuela and basically kidnapped this guy. But they voted today on, the power of the president, and a few Republicans joined Democrats in putting forth a bill to try to curb this uh, out of control with no approval war that we're starting. But here's what's astonishing to me, and this happened in 9/11 too. When 9/11 happened, all Americans were appalled and mad and upset, and they couldn't believe that happened in our country. And I'm like, but you don't know what this country has done to these. Now, if another 9/11 happened here within the next, year or so or whenever, would you still be surprised, America, that someone retaliated because come on, we killed people in international waters over the holidays in last year in December. You don't think those families of those people that were killed with no due process, which America, supposedly prides itself on, do you think those families are liking America right now? And you don't think that radicalizes a lot of people that maybe were on the fence when they see things like that? So the next 9/11 that happens, don't be surprised. You shouldn't have been surprised when the first one happened. With all the dirt this country has done in other countries, we just went over there and strong armed and talked about, he told them, we're running your country right now. What the, who is he? What other, I mean, I know we've done some dastardly stuff across this uh, international waters and across the world. We have done some very bad things. We being, and I shouldn't say we, as I already said, but the government has done some dastardly things in these other regions that they never tell us about. But certain things you just can't hide, especially now when we have all of these investigative reporters. We have the FOIA Act where you can't hide stuff. That's why I'm so amazed how long these criminals have been billionaire criminals have been hiding their crimes. No one's as because when you got power and money, it's hard to go up against people when they have those two things. And billionaires got power and they got money. But this has been happening forever with this country. We've gone across the world bullying other countries, taking their resources, as Trump promised the oil industry, who he's in, he's compromised by them. He's meeting with them now. Today or tomorrow or one of these days, he's meeting with them to figure out how they going to divvy up this oil they just stole. Basically, tell me I'm wrong. Somebody come on here and tell me I'm wrong. Okay? And he's talking about everybody else is corrupt. Come on, man. You're the only felon, dude. And California? Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? This is the model this country should be following. Okay? I heard a guy, they're about to run for mayor here and they're about to run for governor. And he just gave a state of the state address. And what he's telling us is true, that the homeless people are getting off the streets. And I see it in my neighborhood. And I think I've said this before. There's two Holiday Inns that these two organizations bought the property and they renovated it, and now they're two sober living places. There used to be giant Holiday Inns, and there's the CD hotels that used to be here. I don't know about LA, but the ones that used to be here in Long Beach, they're all sober. Not all of them, but the majority of them are sober living places now. Sober living for people on the streets. And you can't, there's security guard, and this is how you know when you pass by one and you see a gate in front of the driveway where no one can just pull in with their cars, and there's a security guard out there. The Ruby Hotel on, I think that's Pacific in Long Beach. That's a sober living place. There's dozens of them up and down PCH in Long Beach that are now sober living. There's one that they were doing the COVID thing during the COVID. It's not too far from the high school on PCH. They're a sober living motel now that used to cater to prostitutes and drugs. So they're doing something. And the campers that we see, the RVs that are all parked along the streets. This is not exclusive to California. This is everywhere. And that's what I heard one of the candidates say today. He said, take a walk in downtown Los Angeles. Yes, it's nasty and grimy, but take a walk in downtown New York. Take a walk in downtown Detroit. Take a walk in downtown San Francisco. Take a walk in downtown Chicago. It's the same. It's the same in all these major cities, Philadelphia, all these major cities. It's the same. I was just in Baltimore. It's not as bad as far as what I saw, but I don't be out at night, so I don't see what happens at night. And during the day, sometimes it's hard to tell, but it's not as bad. But it's there; you can see it. So it's not exclusive to us. You know, this is the fourth largest economy in the world. So something is being done right. And what this country is all about, it's money. Look at my guy in the description. Look at Brian on Clear Tax Value. He tells you the truth, and he tells you about. He's a money management guy. He's a CPA, self-made millionaire. Doesn't he applied to work for Doge? I know they didn't hire him because he wanted to see, and he wanted to really curb government because he knows it is government waste. He applied, and he's a CPA that could have went in there and did it right, but we all know that was a scam. Okay, here's how I know. Remember, and we don't hear too much about it now, but they arrested a black congresswoman not too long ago, right before the holidays, for embezzling money from FEMA, the disaster money that was supposed to go to her district, and they say that she stole that money. Okay, but this happened right before the holidays. Doge was running ever since he came into office, when he brought Elon Musk in there to run that organization, and then they stopped, like I think the summer of 24, and then what? 6 months later, they find out that this was the FBI that arrested her. So what was Doge doing? What were they doing? We never heard of anybody being arrested for fraud. They said it was going on like rampantly in the government. Well, who's been arrested? Who's brought up on charges? A bunch of people got fired who sued, and a lot of them got their jobs back. But there's nobody that's been brought up on charges for fraud. So the real thing is that Doge thing was the fraud. That was the fraud. Come on now. It's not going well, guys. And I heard that the job, less people got laid off. The job, the inflation is a little down. The jobs are coming back, but come on, overall, this country is failing, man. We're printing money now. $40 billion we're printing. You know what that means? They're sweating you about your debt, your credit card debt, when we're $38 trillion in debt and been downgraded several times in the last year, our credit rating has been downgraded. You know, I mean, not that that's it's a scam too. These credit ratings. How you going to rate my credit when you are $39 trillion in debt and you keep getting in more debt? But after a while, you'll cut me off. They'll just let you spend, and it's not even your money. At least I got to pay it back with my money. You're spending our money. Come on, man. Yeah, we need to overhaul this. This is getting out of control. And if you can't see it, you are totally blind. So if you want, let's discuss it. Give me some comments. I'm gonna leave Brian's link in the comment. This go watch him. He'll tell you the truth about what's going on in our government and how to best hold on to your money. He's saying the dollar is being, these other countries don't want the dollar. That's why it's dying. And that's why people are trying to get other ways, crypto, which I think is a scam, but I'm not sure. Gold and silver are going to be which is always, those are things that are tangible you can hold on to. They're not going to depreciate as much as these the dollar, which is losing because of our policies here. And who's doing policy? A failed businessman. Let me know what you think. It has been fun, and this is anything and everything.